Hello everyone and welcome to another reading. Today we are doing another boyfriend reading and we're going to figure out what type of boyfriend Mark will be. Let's jump into the reading. So just looking at the cards that kind of came out, all I have to say is that I don't really know what I thought about Mark, but whatever it was not this. So let me get into it. The cards that represent the general energy of what type of boyfriend Mark will be is the Camel, which is a fire card, a fire element, and then we have the Earthworm, which is an earth element, right? So there's this sense that Mark could be inexperienced with relationships, because the Earthworm is like the beginning of the Earth cards in this oracle deck, in this oracle deck, in the sense that it's at the very bottom of the food chain, or will it be the beginning of the food chain? I have no clue, but anyway, with this Earthworm, there's this sense of feeling very small, or feeling very inexperienced, or I don't know why I'm getting the sense of being inexperienced in love. But you know, it is someone that has a lot of potential, someone that has a lot of it is very malleable, in the sense of that inexperience is a thing of like someone that still has a lot to learn, someone that is willing to explore and grow and improve, basically. But I wanted to mention that here with the Camel, there is this sense of he's very open with his feelings, right? Mark seems to be very open about it. So he seems to be very genuine about how he feels and how he thinks about things. And since it's blue, there's this sense of being very good at communicating how he feels, basically. Because we have a moon, and the moon talks about our emotions, our subconscious, and our spirituality, as well as creativity. So I do feel that he's very, very good at expressing those sides of himself, which, you know, being very good at expressing his emotions and his creativity are tools that are very helpful for his career, which we already know he has a successful one. Now, with the Camel, I was feeling that he's very resourceful. So in this case, seeing these two cards together, it kind of feels like Mark is a type of person that, even though he's inexperienced, even though he hasn't really journeyed through relationships and stuff like that, he is very resourceful. In this sense, is that he knows how to prepare, he knows how to gather the right knowledge, the right tools, and maybe even meet the right people to help him out. So he informs himself very well. So his form of action is, before he experiences something, he prepares. Or at least, if he doesn't prepare with like knowledge and stuff about a specific situation, he's very good at surviving any path, any journey, and anything in his life, because he has a lot of confidence in his own skills, and that helps him survive, because he is able to say, I can do anything and take on the world because I trust that I'll figure it out, basically. That's kind of what I'm getting with the general energy. So what type of boyfriend will he be? Someone that is ready to just kind of jump into it, and he's a blank canvas, basically. Now, the thing that I find kind of surprising is all the water and earth energy that came up for Mark. At least that one that kind of stood out to me. So let's just start with Saturn. One of the ones that surprised me was his Saturn energy. What type of boyfriend will Mark be? Someone that has a lot of challenges and difficulties in relationships, in romantic ones, because Saturn kind of tells me that it's going to take a while for Mark to find a stable relationship. Now, it could be because, you know, I stopped because I saw a fly and it stopped right in front of me, and all I see is its little hands going like I just thought it was funny. It distracted me. I'm sorry. But anyway, with this Saturn energy, Mark could have astrological placements. I haven't looked at his natal chart, so I don't even know what's up there. But he could have some placements where his Saturn could be in his 7th house, or maybe his Saturn makes some aspects to his Venus or his 7th house that makes it kind of difficult for Mark to be in romantic relationships or in intimate relationships. And what I mean by difficulty is that maybe he just never finds the right person to go out with, or he's never in the right situation or in the right space or in the right time. Like, timing could be an issue, right? So maybe there's someone that he likes, but then because of timing issues he can't confess and be with them, or because of timing issues he can't spend time with them, or like something always gets on the way, right? With Saturn energy, there is a lot of limitations. There's always a lot of conflicts and issues because of the stability that Saturn is bringing. Is also like a no bullshit type of energy, right? So no superficial things are allowed here. Or if there's something, so okay, another thing is that if Mark were to get into a relationship and it's very superficial, pretty vain or whatever, Saturn is gonna like step in and be like, no, this relationship ends now because it's not meant for you. So yeah, timing could be an issue. So yeah, with this Saturn energy, relationships are very difficult for Mark, because that could be a thing. Or maybe another thing that could happen, so this is if Saturn was aspect his Venus in some sort of way. Mark is going through a lot of challenges and difficulties that are something he's prioritizing over romantic relationships, and maybe that's why he's inexperienced with romance or romantic relationships, at least. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We have Gemini energy right here. So what type of boyfriend will he be? Someone that has a lot to say. He's thinking constantly, he's learning constantly, and he's gathering a lot of information, and he's always on top of things. Okay, I actually don't really know Mark, and I don't really remember his individual reading. But with the Gemini card, it kind of feels like Mark is very, very good at just learning new things and absorbing information. His memory could either be very good sometimes or very bad. I don't feel an in-between here. So he's very good at maybe remembering very random details and pieces of information. But then if someone asks, oh, do you remember this person's birthday? He'll be like, no, I do not remember that. I don't know what else besides communication, but he has a lot of communication to provide, and I think he has a very big imagination as well. So he could be a very good storyteller as well. I don't know. Now, the other cards that we have right here that surprised me a lot were Scorpio and Neptune, especially because they came together. Now, let's see. This shows that Mark has a lot of depth to him. He could be very good at Scorpio is a type of energy that likes to dig deep about people's emotions, what they think about things, how they feel about things, but they're very guarded with their own. Like, they don't really open up to other people. So with this Scorpio energy, I do feel that Mark is a type of person that likes to keep, even if he says a lot, he does like his privacy, and he keeps that thing, like that, his deepest, darkest secrets, he keeps them to himself, because of privacy. He could be a little bit paranoid as well, so I do feel that it takes a while for Mark to fully open up. With that Gemini energy, it's not like he's trying to, but he could be very good at, in a way, fooling people or tricking people and thinking that they know him, but in reality it's still very superficial information. Like, people can know what he likes to eat, where he likes to travel, but people are not going to know what he believes in and what his goals are, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, the things that are very deep, he keeps to himself. And remember how I mentioned that he has a very good imagination? With the Neptune energy, I do feel that this reinforces his imagination, but some of his best ideas he keeps to himself. He keeps them very private until he has a use for them. He doesn't really talk about his creative ideas to other people unless he's already ready to put it out there into the spotlight and for the world to see. Now, with this Scorpio and Neptune energy both put together, I do feel that Mark is not only very private but very mysterious, and that mysterious side of him could be what attracts a lot of people towards him. Like, there's something that people just know there's more to him than meets the eye. There's more that he has to offer than what he's already given. And I'm not saying this as like people want to take advantage of him. I just mean that he puts a lot of work and effort into his career, and his energy kind of shows that there's a lot of more interesting ideas going through him. That's kind of what I mean. I'm not saying that people are like, I want you to continue working, making more money. Remember, we're talking about relationships here. I do feel that with those two cards, Mark could be very romantic, in the sense of emotionally put himself in a position that his partner could find very endearing. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah. Now, the other cards that we have right here is the Knight of Swords reverse. So when I saw this card, especially being underneath Saturn, it made me think of someone that it's put under a lot of limitations in order for them to not be very reckless and just jump into relationships. Now, the Knight of Swords to me is Gemini energy, and we have Gemini right here. So I do feel that not only is Mark very good with communication and just learning about new things and observing information, but life does want to make sure that he's not reckless in entering a relationship because of superficial issues. Again, superficial stuff, right? This strikes me as life and the universe don't really put a lot of restrictions to make sure that Mark doesn't become very reckless, and for Mark to practice a bit of caution with the people that he picks in his life. I don't think he has picked wrong or that he has gotten into bad relationships. I do feel that though, you know how they say that rejection is a form of protection. So I do feel that in this case, if nothing has really taken off in his love life, the reason is for him to just not even bother with energy that is not worth it, basically. So life doesn't want him to be in like casual anything, apparently, or for him to just kind of jump into it without even thinking through how, like the long-term consequences of relationships. And yeah. Now the other card that we have right here is the Queen of Wands. So this is Leo energy. This kind of shows that he's very confident. Here we have water and fire. So there is, and let me show you. And the other one was fire and air. So yeah, very impulsive, moving forward, and stuff like that. Now, okay, so here we have fire and water. So this kind of shows me that, as I mentioned earlier, Mark can be very romantic, but he's also very, very passionate. With this Queen of Wands, we're talking about someone that's very confident, someone that just is very generous and just loves themselves and loves other people, because of that self-security and that they have for themselves. With the water and fire, I feel, again, the sense of being impulsive, the sense of being very action orientated, and just wanting to get things done, but also someone that does it from their heart, right? The Queen of Wands, right here we have a burning heart, so it kind of shows someone that is filled with passion and filled with motivation and inspiration and creativity. This Queen of Wands is also someone that is very understanding of their emotions. They know how to work from their heart, and their heart is very genuine, very sincere, and again, very generous. So I do feel that Mark could be someone that will give the whole world to his partner, however he can, with words, with reassurances, with gifts, with stability, with promises for the future, stuff like that. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Four of Cups reverse, which is a moon in Cancer. Now, I do feel that even though Mark can be very passionate and very romantic, he still kind of struggles to feel emotions. And what I mean by that is that he knows how to talk about what he feels, or he knows how he talks about his emotions after he has analyzed them, but he finds it very difficult to just feel the emotions and dwell in it. And if that's the case, this could be also one of the reasons why he hasn't really been in relationships, because he doesn't really allow himself to just go with the flow and feel emotions, because he has to think about it a bit more. So this, usually when we have a moon in Cancer, we're talking about someone that is living the Cancer life. And what I mean by that is these are the true crybabies of the zodiac, okay? When you have a moon in Cancer. So in this case, this is not what Mark is. He is not a crybaby. He is not, he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. You know, he is very guarded and private, and he may seem very generous, and it may seem like he talks a lot about how he feels, but that's because he already analyzed it. He's not talking about how he feels at that moment that he's feeling it, if that makes sense. Because, you know, again, if you analyzed it, you already, it's kind of like talking about your emotions with a cold head, you know, cold mind. I don't know what else to say besides that. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Hermit with Virgo energy. So in this case, one of the things that Mark loves to give, or will, you know, the type of boyfriend that he will be, is one that shows his love through words of affirmation as well as through acts of service, right? He loves to give his time. He loves to do little things to help his partner. He is a type that would love to always give some sort of advice or some words of reassurance or of motivation. I don't know how organized Mark could be, but whatever form of organization he has, it's a form of advice he will like to give to his partner, but also help them through. So if Mark organizes his ideas, that's the type of skill he would like to give to his partner. If Mark is very good at organizing his time management, then that's the knowledge he's providing. Or if Mark is very good at organizing his environment, like his workspace or his home, then that's the knowledge that he's providing. So with this Hermit card, I do feel that he is a very good teacher, as well as someone that has done some shadow work, so he can provide a lot of knowledge to his partner, whoever that may be. And he can bring a lot of enlightenment to his partner as well. Like he will be, you know, Mark will be able to bring in a lot of introspection and forms of analyzing, and with all of that bring knowledge to his partner. Now the other card that we have right here is the Knight of Wands reverse. So here we have fire. We are talking about a mutable sign. We are talking about Sagittarius in this case. So funnily enough, we have Gemini in this extreme, and then we have Sagittarius in this extreme, which are quote unquote sister signs or opposites, right? So in this case, seeing how they're both reversed, I do feel that Mark likes to plan things before going about it, so he's not super spontaneous about things. Again, I did feel that when I was talking about this Queen of Wands, I felt that Mark puts a lot of emphasis on his promises. So if he promises something, as long as he remembers that he made that promise, he'll keep his word on that. There is a lot of fixed energy and mutable energy, but in his case, it feels like Mark is more of a fixed sign. So whatever he has set roots in, he's not budging from that. Whatever ideas or whatever goals or whatever he's going for, or the method of going about it and his beliefs, are stuff that he never budges from. He sticks to those words. So I do feel that whatever promises he makes, he sticks to that, right? He is very genuine and very sincere about them, so he makes sure to not promise things that he can't keep, right? My words got kind of crazy there, but whatever he promises, he's gonna actually go through with it. Basically, it doesn't matter how long it takes, he'll go through with it. Now the other thing that I was gonna mention are mutable signs. Now a lot of the mutable signs that we have right here are usually reversed, as we see right here. So I do feel that he is struggling a lot with being spontaneous, with going out there, with just venturing the world. And with that, I mean relationship wise, right? So I do feel that Mark will be the type of boyfriend that will want to explore the world with his partner and just learn about new things, explore new cultures, because we have here the Knight of Wands reversed. But I do feel that even though that will be nice and stuff, that will not be his priority nor his focus. He will instead prefer to learn about new cultures and go maybe listen to music from other cultures or watch media, consume media from other cultures and learn from that. I do feel that Mark could be really interested in foreign art, I guess, to put it in very general terms. Maybe music, maybe visual arts, maybe dance, or written stuff or speech or whatever. Mark really seems to be interested in that, and that's how he takes in a lot of information and culture from other places. And I do feel that he would like to have someone that he can talk about those things with and share those ideas with and that knowledge with. But I don't think he necessarily desires travel and adventure in that sense. So I do feel that life maybe pushing him to be a little bit more spontaneous instead of using the limitations of Saturn as a reason to stay confined in one area. Is like try to break free from that box. But again, those, how should I put it, those limitations that Saturn is bringing in are just to, in a way, help Mark out to not be too reckless about his actions. It's a form of protection, I feel, especially in love. I think life wants to make sure that he doesn't get hurt by just jumping into a random relationship that is not meant for him. And I do feel that Mark is patient enough for that relationship because it seems like he is prioritizing something else, which I'm pretty sure is his career. But then the question was, but for how long, right? I don't know why that question came up. I guess he's slowly transitioning and getting ready for maybe leaving himself some room and get a little bit of a break from his career. I think he's already being pushed to his limit on how much work he can do. But that's not about love, so that's self-love and self-care though, but not romantic love, so let me put that away. Anyway, I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you find it entertaining or fun, or you learn from this. I did talk a lot about astrology, and now I am a little bit curious about how Mark's natal chart looks like, at least where his Saturn is at. It's probably, he's a year older than me, so his Saturn is probably in Taurus. What will that mean? I am not 100% sure. But anyway, I'll leave that there. I hope you like this reading. I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. And love and healing from my part to you. And bye.